If you think this is an update like any other, consider there's not just a new weapon to fight new mobs in a new structure, but also that the existing game changes in some major ways. There are new ways to get diamond gear, there are new ways to get ender pearls, and new ways to craft everything on top of all of the brand new blocks. I want to show just how different this update can be by attempting a full playthrough of Minecraft and beating the game using exclusively 1.21 features. This is beating Minecraft 1.21, and I started as I intended to go on because after spawning, I've timed it. It took me literally 91 seconds to end up inside of a trial chambers. This was very great because it allowed me to get diamonds and show you how easy they are, as well as this music disc, which represented the first of my 1.21 features. I then used a stone axe and wind charges I found in this chest to take on my first trial spawner, which resulted in a trial key. As a reminder, here's the deal with the key. Trial spawners are challenges that have a 30% chance of rewarding you with one of these. These keys can be used in a vault, and then you have a small chance of getting a bad omen bottle. Once drunk, this allows you to face the trial chambers again, but on a harder difficulty, with a chance of getting an ominous key when you take down these spawners, which allows for a more lucrative vault, potentially containing the heavy core. This and the enchantments for the mace are the big reasons to take on the challenge, but there are lots of other drops too. Speaking of that, I decided to do something crazy with my key and try to go for the heavy core, but I was unsuccessful, instead just getting another ominous bottle. So instead I used some diamonds I found in the structures chest to make a sword. This is an easy way to get diamonds, as you can see from the fact that I have a diamond block on day 1 without it even being my main goal, because that is to get my hands on a mace, which will be the fun way I'll take down the dragon later if things go according to plan. Anyway, this first chamber didn't deliver everything that I wanted, and so like a gold digger, I decided to move to a destination with some more lucrative vaults that maybe I could steal from. Anyway, there are 2 ways to find trial chambers: digging around, which I did first of all, but also by trading with cartographer, which I did decide to do on my second go. This trial chambers map is going to represent another 1.21 feature, but speaking of my second go, this challenge also had the classic Toy Cat death loop, and so if you want to see that, I eventually did escape and followed the map to a third trial chamber. I eat a lot of rotten flesh in this chamber, and that is because the only sources of food that can come directly from these chambers are the occasional bread or cooked meat from a vault, or the questionable quality meat from the zombie drop. I prefer to die of food poisoning to hunger though, and so that is what I go with, and if you see me eating a lot, you know exactly why it is. You can get so much rotten flesh from these places, which is funny because the quality of the gear will be diamond, but the quality of the food will be starvation level. Anyway, using the exact same day counter from earlier, you can see that even after 19 days with no sleep, using a dozen more ominous keys has gotten me closer to my goal of getting a mace, and so with one ominous vault left to claim... Oh my god, I was not expecting it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, game. I do now have the most powerful weapon in Minecraft, but I still need to find and use features from the rest of the update, and importantly, use those to beat the game, and so I think it's important to put the blocks I found to good use. I think that right here is a perfect place to start a house. We've got all of the amenities you need, from a pillager outpost to a village, suspiciously close by, so maybe we won't have one of those 2 things for that much longer, but also a jungle edge biome over there, and then also, as you can see, it's a plains biome right here, but a very goofy one, so plenty of space to build in the future if we want to. This is why I'm going to start building my house. Okay, I'm finally ready for the grand tour, and keep in mind this is the best 1.21 house that it's possible to make with current known building techniques. I've used all of them to make this absolute beauty. Let me give you the grand tour, because this is even smarter than it looks from the outside. On the ground floor we have all of the utility blocks, so right now it's the stone cutter, the anvil, my chest for all my stuff, but later we can put brewing stands in here perhaps, or maybe a trapdoor and have a big tunnel downstairs. But then we've got the second floor where we can have some extra additional chest storage for all sorts of other things. I'm thinking we could also show off our accomplishments over here. Could be real nice. And then you know that to take true utilitarian advantage of the space, I've used the attic to make a bed place, which is absolutely wonderful. This is the best house design known to mankind, and at this point all I need to do is work out what's going to go over here. Maybe some trowel keys, maybe a breeze rod, maybe even my enchanted apple. And so yeah, this is my house. I think it's amazing, but there's one thing left for me to do, and that is to work out how to actually beat Minecraft 1.21. Well, everyone knows, that you've got to start by building a house. I mean, 25 days in, maybe not, but you've got to start by building the house. But how do you defeat the dragon in this version? And the answer is it stayed exactly the same for quite some time now. You need ender pearls, you need blaze rods, you combine the two together, it helps you find the stronghold and then helps you activate the portal, and then you can destroy the dragon. But before we go on the first of those quests, which we'll be doing in the most Tricky Trials themed way possible, I want to go ahead and start by enjoying the other features I got from the trial chambers. One of them is to do with banners. So I have this banner right here, and then I'm going to use this banner and this pattern right here, and I'm going to make something fun. That's not how this works at all, actually, is it? I was missing string, so I'm gonna go fix that now. I didn't realize that I didn't have any, but also, it's been nighttime for solidly like 3 minutes now, and 0 hostile mobs have spawned up here. I wonder if that's something to do with the trial chambers being active and having all those mobs spawned in. Maybe it's affecting the mob cap, because I can see precisely 0 hostile mobs, which is the opposite. Bedrock usually has far too many mobs all of the time, so something weird is going on. Okay, backup plan activated. I'm going back to the trial chambers, where when I got the weaving effect earlier, I ended up with a lot of cobwebs spawning, which just so happened to be enough to get me the string that I so desperately need. And also, more poison. There's always more poison in these places. Okay, I got the recipe for the loom wrong. It's not 2 string you need, it's 4. So instead, here's a smithing table. Let's take off a piece of armor. Let's say my chest plate looks like it'll last longest. Let's throw it in there. Let's put the flow armor and trim in. And you know what? I'm going to then put some iron on top of it, because then I'll look like a trial chamber person. You know the mobs that are in there? I'm pretty sure we call them trial chamber people. I look pretty darn nice, don't you think? So now let's work on actually getting those ender pearls and those blaze rods. Except wait a minute, if you want to get ender pearls, it's really easy inside of a trial chamber. Look how many I have already. That is more than enough to do an entire third of the game just by also getting one of the most powerful weapons for defeating the dragon with. So now all we need to do is get blaze rods, which I'll do in the most 1.21 way possible. So on the way to get IF enders, I should point out how villager trading works and how it's changed in Minecraft 1.21. One of the most notable parts of this is the bad omen effect, which now turns into a drinkable bottle, which then becomes a raid omen, which after a 30-second countdown will start a regular raid. This works just like how it did before, except the higher the level of the bottle, potentially the more pillagers you'll be facing. Although, it looks like I can fight as many as I want just now if I feel like it. I'll be honest, I don't. I'll be explaining the villager trading changes from another village. Because with these guys, as far as I'm concerned, I think they'll learn more from taking down the raid by themselves. I would hate to deprive them of that learning opportunity. But I would also hate to deprive you of an opportunity to learn about the new villager changes, so let's head over here. In late 2023, Mojang experimented with changing villager trading so that getting certain enchanted book trades would be much harder. They also contemplated changing the wandering trader so he could buy things from you, and basically they changed the entire villager trading mechanics in an experimental toggle, which to date is not activated. If you are playing Minecraft 1.21, you don't have to worry about new villager trading because it's exactly the same as in previous updates, except now you've got a whole bunch more emeralds. Trading has effectively gotten a lot easier in Minecraft 1.21 because now you can get your hands on ludicrous numbers of emeralds, so many so in fact that really it is a secondary concern how much things cost if you spend enough time in a trial chamber, which is exactly what happened to me. Please tell me at the top level we'll get golden carrots. Yes, we will. There we go. Look at that. I can now finally convert my emerald stash into my favorite food. Yep, that's a decent supply. That'll keep me going till the end of the game. And now I am fully equipped and prepared to go to the Nether. Except, I can't be the only one thinking it, right? Yeah, that looks much better. Gotta say, that's probably how it should be originally. It looks so much more shiny and glistening, and as long as you wax it, it'll stay that way forever. Speaking of forever, let's go to the Nether. Even though I have a diamond pickaxe, pro tip, you can make obsidian much easier by simply having it spawn into thin air, and so that is what I'll be doing using my water and lava buckets. We place some of this down right over here, make sure the water doesn't flow directly onto the lava, because that's bad, and then we start building a nether portal directly around it. Easy. We'll even make some spare obsidian so that I can take some home for another portal. One lava bucket later, and we're ready to go. Also, I'm ready to get another bad omen bottle. See, this is one of those great examples of a feature that previously I would just ignore, but now that I can get a really cool item out of it, I have zero inclination to do precisely that, and instead I'm excited to get that ominous bottle. I don't see it, but I'm excited anyway. Also, this is actually probably a great situation for the mace, funnily enough. If I can just get a little bit of height on these guys, which, there we go. Oh, okay. Didn't work a second time, but you get the point. It's a nice concept. Yep, just gonna go to the Nether now, pretend none of this is happening over here. And indeed it's not, as far as I'm concerned, because welcome to the Nether. It's a lovely basalt delta biome, my absolute favorite, I've gotta say. Love spending a bunch of time in these things, but I'm gonna go this way just because the terrain seems a little bit easier. No other reason, definitely not avoiding anything, and I'm gonna have the most fun time I've had in the Nether in a while, because I have ender pearls and wind charges, and an ominous bottle if I want it. Bad Omen 5 too. You know, I'm drinking that. Don't even have a benefit for it, but I'm just have a nice little effect bubble follow me around for the next hour 40 minutes as we take down the Nether, or rather look around the Nether and see what we're taking down afterwards. So wind charges are really great at getting a big vertical height in the Nether without full damage, and ender pearls are great at going a big horizontal distance, but if you want to go down, it's actually quite hard to time a wind charge, so hard in fact that if I want to go down, you know, maybe I see a bunch of mobs down there, and I see that I have a mace, and I think to myself that maybe it's possible to combine these two interests together, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go! Oh, so close to hitting the ground there, but just like that, all I had to do was anger some zombie piglins, and I am ready to go. Boom. Do not try that one at home. Honestly, that is what makes the mace such a high-risk weapon, is there is no other weapon where you have to regularly risk your life on getting a hit. But also, I've got a real rush from that. It gets me excited. So, looking around the Nether, my only focus is finding a Nether fortress. Finding a bastion is usually nice, but I'm just here for the fortress. So, getting around is going to be made much easier with these wind charges, because pro tip, lots of the times the terrain here isn't really made for humans, and so being able to just blast past it, really, really great. I'm going to make sure I eat regularly, because this is Bedrock. So, now we reach the point of should I make poor decisions for the sake of traversing terrain? Because if I want to get to that island over there, usually I'd bridge over, but you know, who's to say that I can't just make a poor decision or two? So let's go. No. Ooh, okay, let's not make the poor decision next time. Oh yeah, this is a good reason why. I'm gonna survive, but only barely. Check behind me. There's nothing back there. Oh, wow. I think that is a Nether fortress over there. I mean, it's a big pillar of Nether bricks, so it could be lots of things, clearly. But exciting nonetheless. You can also use wind charges for climbing big surfaces like this, because even if you don't make it in one big climb, you can just do it like this, and much fewer blocks are needed. Makes it very, very handy in my opinion, because you also know you're not going to take any full damage. Yep, but yeah, definitely cut that one, editor. No. Okay, I'm standing by this as being a smart decision, okay? But look at this, everything's going just fine as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that's a lot of enemies that I will take down with ease. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this will go poorly for me, actually. Ooh, okay. Whoa, we got a wither skeleton head in our first kill. That is something special. Has zero impact on me, but I think it's special nonetheless. Oh, speaking of special, it's time to take down some blazes, but to do so in a 1.21 way, which as best I can tell is just using wind charges. Whoa, what did I just do? I guess that is something special. Easy peasy, just takes a dozen of those and you can kill a blaze. It takes 3 hits from a mace, even when they're criticals, to kill a blaze, so probably better to just use wind charges. Yeah, these fellas think they stand a chance against me, but little do they know, I have magic balls of exploding wind. Oh, wow, it actually is a defense against the blaze fireballs. I got hurt because it landed at my feet there, but it stopped it hitting my face, which is actually huge. Speaking of actually huge, let's also try something else that's fun. Oh yeah, 1-hit KO right there. Let's see if we can't pull off another success like that one, huh? Oh, okay, this is actually quite dangerous, but we're doing it, so. Woohoo! That one was pretty satisfying too. But I think the mace might be really cool to use on blazes, but it's probably, and same with the wind charge, I think this is probably best reserved as like a counter ranged weapon, and this is best reserved as when the situation calls for it, which isn't going to be for blazes or even for wither skeletons, as great as that looks. Honestly, starting to appreciate just how many diamonds Minecraft throws at you basically everywhere. It's not just the trial chambers, for what it's worth. If you never want to mine a diamond in your life, you don't actually have to, which I think is kind of nice. But you know what else I think is nice? Oh, not this, not this. Exactly the opposite of that. Yeah, I'm really trying to invent moments where I'd use the mace, but even with Windburst, it's just not as reliable as I imagine it to be. Maybe that's something that changes as we get better with the weapon. I've been playing with the weapon for a few weeks now. Maybe that's not long enough. Maybe once you have one on your inventory reliably, you'll start finding the situations where it works. But right now, I just know that I am in a bad situation. And I also know that I'm probably gonna be fine.
A few minutes later.
No. Okay, yep, there we go. We're fine. Everything's back. Nothing is missing. As best I can tell, we are in fit shape to continue on with our life. Except the shield and a lot of the other stuff we have. Yeah, outside of the stuff that isn't good, everything's good. More seriously, try to drink regeneration potions when you're in the Nether. Healing on Bedrock is so glacially slow that if you're not 100% ready to take damage at any moment, that moment might be your last. And if you're trying to do silly things with a mace, that moment will come a lot sooner than you think. Oh, that was a good shot, right? Wow, thank you. You know, yeah, I'm just assuming you agree to me. So one of the big benefits of getting enough obsidian for a second portal is when you're coming out for your Nether, you don't need to go back and find your other one. You can just use this and build it into something wonderful. Now we'll just make, so I've got such a busy inventory. They'll make some of this into wood, and then we'll place that down such that it will burn the portal. Then we'll replace this with the lava bucket, and let's go. Make me a Nether portal. Perfect. In we go. And hopefully now to the end. Except there's one step we're missing, right? I need to craft these ender pearls that I found in the trial chambers with these blaze rods, which still to this day are only findable via the Nether. But I need to take these two things and make them into one. How am I going to do that? Well, I could do the good old classic method of loading up my inventory, or I could do the much more fun method that starts with me making a dropper and then taking that dropper and combining it in a way that I definitely know right off the top of my head like every other person. And yep, that's right, just like I was saying, we got to combine that with some wood. Table of the craft. Okay, let's go. Can we do this? Yes, we can. Crafter made. So the crafter is a real goofy looking block, but basically we can decide to tell it to turn off all of these slots if we want to, and then we can just put in the two items we want to craft together, blaze powder and ender pearls. And then by putting on, say, a button, should we put on a button or a lever? You know, there's always a good choice in Minecraft, but the lever is slightly more repeatable. We'll put this on his side, like it's his left arm, and every time we pull his left arm, he gives me an eye of ender. That's very nice of you. Wow, are you gonna keep on spitting those out of your mouth? Let's keep going till we have, say, 10. Maybe even 11. Let's go crazy on this one. And now, let's find out where the stronghold is. That way? Towards the negative? Okay, if you say so. I'm 3,000 blocks away from world origin, but I guess we're going even further out. And now, I've just got to smelt some sand and use my new brewing stand. And hopefully that makes something fun. And now we throw a stone block in there with this recipe. This might seem kind of silly, but it's a new 1.21 feature. There are 4 brand new potions in this update, and honestly, for fighting the Ender Dragon, you really have to push to argue why any of them will help if you're doing it in solo. But you know what? I feel like there's one type of potion that will cause some pure chaos, and that is the Potion of Infestation, which I'm now going to turn into splash potions, because I like even more than that amount of chaos. Anyway, it's time to find the Ender Dragon via the stronghold. Okay, I've got another great opportunity for the wind charge here, by the way. As you can see, there is a huge valley between me and where I want to be. I don't want to go down it and then come back up. And so instead, I'm going to wind charge. Okay, well guess I'm coming all the way back up. But it's easier to get back up using the wind charges. Man, these are such cool items. Has to be said. It is day 33, and this means something fun to me because I'm finally going to go to the end dimension. I feel like I got everything I need to do a big old blow on the dragon, but I'm still a little nervous about it. I feel like the mace is terrifying enough when you're just in the nether doing a casual little kill on a single enemy, but when you're out here and when everything, kind of comes down to this one moment, there's a few anxieties that start to come up. But like every good therapist would say, whenever you get anxious, just ignore it and then hope that it goes away, because it probably just will by itself. That is definitely true advice. I'm starting to worry about the lack of stronghold. I'm already at Y9, very, very concerned. Hearing some zombies, but I'm sure they are unrelated to my stronghold. Starting to question whether there is a stronghold. Oh, thank God there is. Here we are. Welcome to the stronghold. Hey, free ender pearls. I love that. Oh, I love this. When there's a chest just outside the portal, it is incredible. Speaking of portals that are incredible, let's break this spawner and let's jump straight into it. Or how about we get all dramatic about it with the last ender that I've yet to craft? Should I go to the end or should I stay where it's safe? I could build a base here with a bed and a chest and all of the other things that I need in my life. Why don't I just do that instead? You know, let's go for it. Let's make a crafting table. Let's make a enchantment table. I feel like I'm finally worth one. And let's just start living at large over here. I am, of course, kidding. It's finally time to step into the portal. Okay, no, for real. Let's do some enchanting. There's a very, very small chance. I don't have any lapis. Never mind. I'll also leave future me some access to some sharpness. More seriously, though, I am going to pre-craft myself a shield. I'm going to pre-craft myself some wind charges because, you know, my shield supply running low. Same with the wind charges. I'm going to then get rid of this second shield. Maybe future me will take full advantage of it. And also, I'm going to organize my hotbar. And then I'll also be crafting the gear that I'll need for my final plan. Okay, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Let's jump into the end. Okay, this is a good spawn, but it doesn't matter if it's a bad spawn because I've got the blocks to bridge myself out there. I'm now pretty close to the finish line, but there's still a huge way that I can fail because I need to make sure that I don't just take down the dragon, but do it in a 1.21 way, and so that's precisely what I'll do today using the mace, except the mace is a weapon that comes with huge full damage penalties. How exactly am I going to pull this off? Well, that's my plan I've got to work out right now. So first things first, we're actually going to do the very normal thing, punching the dragon once in the face. And then we're going to do the slightly less normal thing of mining the blocks directly around here. I'm going to hope that I got a critical hit on the dragon's neck just there. I'm like 60% sure I did. This is cool, actually. It's very silly that you can do this, but also very cool that you can. I might have been assaulted by Enderman, and maybe as a result of that, I'm just going to patiently sit here, you know, just for a little bit, just to heal up. Oh, I looked at Enderman while doing a third-person shot. Love that for me. Whoopsie. My plan here is quite simple to protect myself, by the way, while I'm building this. All I need to do is have a ladder, which I can comfortably fall onto, and the dragon cannot descend as quickly as me, leading to my success, and my continual ability to climb this ladder and get real high. This exact same technique should work when it comes to the dragon coming basically anywhere else. We can jump onto these exact same ladders and use them to slow my fall, as I just have. Now I just need to make sure the dragon is as susceptible to damage as possible, while I am the exact opposite of that. There is an easy way to guarantee this, and this is with my favorite block in Minecraft. You can steal it from villagers, and it's just so handy. Also a good time to take down any of these towers that seem like they're just hanging around unnecessarily. And indeed get the dragon as weak as possible, preparing for her inevitable defeat. So the dragon is meant to be immune to potion effects, but you know I can't resist giving this a try. So I just got the infested effect myself, but also maybe so too does the dragon. Let's see for sure if that works. This is everyone's favorite 1.21 feature, and by everyone I mean, as best I can tell, precisely 0 people, but it doesn't work on the dragon. But I mean, I have it, so that's nice. If any Endermen bother attacking me, they're gonna have a world of hurt coming their way in the form of silverfish. Oh, it's happened to me. Okay, so that was the fearsomeness of my silverfish right there. They did a very good job defending me. Proud of them for trying, I guess. starting to have regrets about coming up with this about now, because all we gotta do is get a little potion out just in case something bad happens. Not that anything bad is going to happen, but if something bad were to happen, I would be protected against it, is what I'm saying. Ooh, okay, that was good. That was a good timed jump right there, no issues. And we'll also just take down the last of these towers, just while we're here anyway, right? And now we can deal with more important matters, such as the bridge. Okay, I'm coming in for it now. It's finally gonna happen. My first jump. Oh, no, 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 don't do that. Don't come up here. Don't go up here like that. We do not like it when you do that, dragon. That is unacceptable behavior. Okay, let's try this one again, shall we? I have a bridge. I have a dragon. She's got 3/4 health, but soon she'll have... Oh, wind burst, wind burst, wind burst, wind burst. Oh my god. I am shocked by how little damage that did per hit, but also shocked about how well that just went. Okay, so we just gotta do that another, what, like 4 or 5 times? Oh. Okay, I'm using the wind charge as a desperate plan to get away from the Enderman, and as you can see, it just about works at doing that, so I am happy enough with how that has gone. Can I climb this ladder without being destroyed, though? That is the more important question, because I need to make it to the top intact, and I need to make it over to the dragon, hopefully before she heals up too much. She's destroyed a fair amount of my bridge! Oh, wow. Wasn't actually expecting to survive there. She's destroyed a fair amount of my bridge, and she is slowly but surely healing up again. Okay, I think the time has finally come to get this done. That's the dragon weak. This is me strong. This is me firing a wind charge and then, oh, okay, no, oh, that did not work according to plan at all. Might need another try to get that one done. Something is, okay, here's something weird. I can't climb this ladder right now. Minecraft, oh, what? Does that ever happen to anyone? Interesting. Hope that is the last time, and I hope the dragon's not coming towards me. So I need to wait for health to get a safe hit on the dragon here, but I don't have the time. I will die, so let's go for it. Let's go! Oh, yes! Wind burst, oh. Wait, no, as long as you stay, as long as you don't respawn, if you stay right here, you technically beat the game from death, and so, no, it doesn't work that way. Well, you know, I'm in the portal. I'm just dead. And so I think you'll find I just beat Minecraft using 1.21 features. The mace with wind burst is much more of a hindrance than a help, but it's so cool that it is worth trying to kill the dragon with regardless. That is my official verdict. Oh, that's my official verdict on the matter. And if there's anything else I have to say on this, it's that 1.21 is a surprisingly combat-focused update. There are so many different tools in this update, and it means there's actually competition on your hotbar for 2 brand new items, basically at all times. I think the wind charge is incredible, but I also think that way about the mace. Even though it hindered me so much and basically led to my death in multiple situations, I still think that it's such a fun item. I just would recommend using it with density, but also then I say, well, once you get an elytra, using wind burst would be incredible. I'm so hyped about the idea of being able to do that in my survival world, and so if you want to see in my survival let's play world, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this world and you're sad to see it end after 34 days, then you can actually download this yourself and check it out. If you are a member of the channel, it is a way for you to get all sorts of world downloads that feature in these videos, and if you want to do precisely that, then check down below, hit the join button. It's something I'd appreciate a lot because it helps support this channel, but for now, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.